What's up, YouTube? It is Thursday. That is the day of the week. Some people would say that stands for birthday. I don't know if it's true. What I do know is true is that I have a massive headache today. I smacked my head into a giant pipe earlier today, and now I have a headache. And I also have a billion things on my mind, but yet I can't seem to vocalize any of it because I have a ton to think about. Less than 2 weeks, I'm going to be on a plane to Mississippi to go do some training, and then from there I'm going to go to Colorado, Texas, or Nebraska. What's up, Smarty Bear? Welcome. You picked a great one to show up for, because I'm not really talking about anything today other than just the things that are going on right now in my life, which it's been pretty chaotic the last couple of days because I got some pretty crazy news. I'm going to be moving soon, lots of change, but it's going to be good change because it's forward progression to the goal of getting off on my own lane, not being part of the government anymore, not being a part of the system. Kind of sort of like what Owen Benjamin did, just maybe a little bit more rural. I say more rural, like he's not living, in the woods. But I really want to live in the woods. And I want other people to come live in the woods. And it's going to be a great thing. But lots of chaos first. Satan's trying to drag me down, put too many things in my head, so I've got a headache. I'm smacking my head on a pipe. But you know what? God is still good. He's in control, and Satan has no power over it. So it's all going to work out. We're going to trust that God knows what He's doing, and it's going to be great. I had something I wanted to talk about, and that was CERN. What Owen was talking about last night. For those of you who don't know who I'm referring to, Owen Benjamin. For those of you that do get it, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, he was talking about CERN and the physics of it and everything else. And what I can't really understand is how anybody could believe that they're doing anything but straight evil there. Like, have you seen the video? Like, we're all happy here at CERN. If you haven't, go type that into YouTube and check it out. Because it's straight evil. Straight evil. They've got Shiva, god of destruction in Indian culture. A statue of it right in front of the place. And they've openly admitted that they're trying to open portals to another dimension. You can look up some images of like what the sky looks like above them when they turn this thing on. It's pretty evil stuff. But then I stop and think about it, and I'm like, what are they really trying to accomplish? Like, they're trying to find the God particle, the Higgs boson. But for what purpose? What do you need to be able to create with that, other than antimatter, which is highly unstable and destructive? Again, straight evil. So, to what purpose are they researching this? Just to create weapons? To find out more about how to split molecules? What did they do when they split the first molecules? They created atomic weaponry. Still seems pretty bad. But yet, they keep doing this stuff. And like you brought up, George Bush built one in Texas. They have 3 or 4 of them in China. Oh, I'm talking about CERN. And, yeah, I just don't understand how anybody could see the research they're doing as anything other than straight up evil. Because they're not using it for anything, like, if you legitimately think, like, what do they need to know about that stuff? Like, what purpose does it have? Like, I don't understand it. Like, so we can see how much smaller we can make things, or see how much more about atoms we need to, like, you can see all that stuff through a microscope. I don't understand why you need to hurl particles at each other at the speed of light in an accelerator. Like, it doesn't, the purpose of the place doesn't add up. And like I said, their whole stated objective is to find the God particle. But why do you need to have that? You're not going to create anything with it. All you ever do when you find that stuff is destroy it. What do I think about Skiba's idea of what the Tower of Babel really was? You mean his original idea or his most recent idea? Because his original idea was that it was a stargate or a portal that they were trying to build to get into heaven. But that all depends on whether you believe in flat earth cosmology or whether you believe in globe earth cosmology. And I still hold to the point that even if you believe that the earth is a globe today, nobody thought that in ancient times. They all were of the flat earth cosmology. All of them. Everyone believed it back in the ancient days. As far as we know, we can objectively say that that was the majority just based off of the literature that was written in that time frame. And if you want to go with that idea, then yes, I do believe that they were literally trying to build a tower to get into heaven. They actually thought they could accomplish it. Okay, so that's what his new theory was, is that they actually believed in flat earth cosmology and they were trying to build the Tower of Babel to reach the actual heavens. They actually thought that they could build a tower to get into heaven and that they could assault and take over God, and that Nimrod would set himself up as the God of the world at that point. As that's what Skiba's new theory is. So, and he is 100% sold on the flat earth cosmology, so that's why his new viewpoint has switched. And he actually just did a conference in Oklahoma, I want to say, and you can actually go to Now You See TV, which streamed the entire conference live, and see his newest presentation from there. It was called the Take on the World conference, I believe. So you can actually go to YouTube and look that up. He did two different days, and that's his most recent material that he's put out. So you can go check that out. But that brings me back to CERN again. And if they're trying to build a portal, an interdimensional portal for beings to come here, in my mind, from a cosmology viewpoint, what is the point of opening a portal to interdimensional beings if you believe that the beings are physical and on other planets? That doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, I mean, unless you believe that there's both interdimensional beings and physical beings on other planets. But it just, the narrative is off to me. Something's messy with that. And I don't like their goal. Like, their goal makes no sense. So, it just, the whole thing's sketchy to me. But there's so much mystery shrouded around it that I think it's probably impossible to know what their actual goals are. But it's an interesting thing to look into. And I've done a little bit of research into it, just seeing what I could figure out, going to their website, looking at when they're turning it on, whether it matches up with anything that date-wise is important on God's calendar, and just seeing if, you know, I can just get a good feeling for it. But I don't know, there's more questions than answers on that front, is what I'll say about that. So yeah, that's pretty much the only other thing on my mind today. Is I was doing some more thinking about it, and a lot of people want to tie the whole Mandela effect thing into CERN, which they may be connected and they may not be. I don't know, you could probably look up when Mandela effect phenomenon started occurring and then trace it back and see if it matches up to about the time they started operating CERN. I don't know. You could probably spend some time looking into that. But Anthony Patch has a lot of good material on CERN that you could look up. That's where he's done a lot of research into it, and you could find a lot from him. So his name's Anthony Patch. You can just type his name into YouTube, and it'll come up with a bunch of stuff about CERN. So, but yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I'm gonna go inside and eat some almonds and hopefully get rid of this headache, and we'll see what happens. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and yep, keep seeking truth, and you're gonna find it.